42.2 kilometers, one marathon. But this isn't just a race, it's a story. The story of discipline, setbacks, breakthroughs, and the belief that anything is possible. This is my journey to Sydney Marathon.
Okay, back on the track. Sydney Marathon is in 4 months' time. Not thought about my strategy just yet. But today, obviously, I'm doing some intervals. Into Sydney, I think one thing I would like to improve on is speed. Obviously, I did attempt to finish under 4 hours in Brighton, but unsuccessful. But then I still ended up with a personal best. So in Sydney, I'll try and improve on speed. Okay, so I've done a lot of workouts in the track.
You know, every journey begins with a single step. And so I started my marathon prep a few months ago, you know, so it included a lot of running, mostly short runs and, you know, less long runs. But I think that that's one lesson I've learned for future marathons, that yes, indeed, you know, to get to reduce my time to sub 4, I need to fit in a few long runs. Okay, and that's what I will focus on next time. But, you know, it's a big commitment. Okay, and you know, I knew I could go to Sydney to get a personal best, but of course, of factors like, you know, the long flight. I've never been on an aeroplane for that long before, and you know, I didn't quite know how that would affect my performance on the day. So, you know, in the early days, I didn't quite know how to prepare for that. But you know, in the early days, you know, my focus was more on the mental element of it, and then of course, you know, just training as well on the physical side, you know, and each of the training not just built my legs, but also my belief that yes, I could achieve.
Training in Dubai, it's about 42 degrees there tonight, about. But yeah, good training for the body. Yeah, just quite surprised I'm keeping the pace as well. Second day of training here in Dubai.
Training took me across cities, and one of those toughest tests came in Dubai. The heat, the dryness, the challenge of running when every breath felt heavy. But running under those desert skies taught me something important: discipline, hydration, and focus. If I could survive in Dubai's sun, I could survive in Sydney.
Yeah, just doing a quick 5k over, just running track in the palm.
I must admit that, you know, it wasn't all rosy on my path to Sydney. You know, there were days that I just didn't want to run, you know, particularly during the hot seasons in the UK. Obviously with the summer, some days were very hot, and you know, the last thing I would want to do was, you know, go out running. My legs were heavy, my mind was filled with doubt, and I did struggle some days, you know, but I think that, you know, just having the mindset that you have a race and, you know, you want to complete with a decent time, kept me motivated. Okay, but I did struggle a few days, and you know, I did mostly, like I said, short runs, but then some days I couldn't just run, you know, probably do maybe stretches, but overall though, I did prevail, and I managed to do as much runs and training as I could.
I'm out in Dubai doing some hot weather training. Listen, just being in Dubai is not necessarily the distance, but actually for me it's more about the focus, the endurance, you know, and actually just getting some hot weather training conditioning. So I'm gonna be here for a few days, just doing a few training, and thankfully next to my hotel there's a running track there, and so hopefully we'll do a lot of running on this track. Amazing. Okay, so today I'm doing the JP Morgan Corporate Challenge in London. I'm going to use today to kind of like for speed. what am I targeting today? If I can finish, 27, 28, it's 5.6K. That'll be brilliant training for me. Okay, but above all, I'm going to just enjoy today. But and I've got a buddy who's I'm not going to bring in for his own privacy, but yeah, listen, I'm just going to go in, push myself as much as I can, get a good time, and more importantly, enjoy today. Hey guys, so some people ask me, how do you run 42 kilometers without getting bored? Listen, for me really it's just more focus, right? And perseverance, as I say. Sometimes, I have podcasts that I listen to and just switch up, right? And, actually I've been doing this thing, right? Just working on my mind. So I can just refocus. And so today, for instance, I'm listening to a podcast, okay? It's been tough. Usually I struggle with first 5K. But actually, during that 5K, just find something to refocus on. Just focus on it. There's a podcast, just focus. And for me, I just find that after 5K, then I start to cruise. Then it becomes easier. Obviously, you just reset and, you just go. Obviously, take every K at a time. But, you can break it down into, laps of 5K, another 5K, another 5K. And then when you reach halfway point, then you know that you're going downhill. Well, downhill, not literally, but of course, hopefully you've covered more than you're supposed to. Well, so you've covered half ground. So it's just more kind of like trying to focus on something until you get that cruising level. And so some athletes say it's important to warm up before you run, because actually warming up, helps you to kind of cruise quicker. So it's 4 weeks to Sydney. So it's important, just to highlight that it's not just running to prepare for a marathon. You need to do some strengthening exercises as well. Strengthen your knees, your core, and then do some leg work exercises as well, just to kind of like to help you to build, strength, resistance. Okay, so today, for instance, I'm just going to be focusing more on strengthening my knees. And then some leg work exercises. So it's really important to build that into your routine. Strength. It's not just running to prepare. You need to strengthen. Okay, guys. So just leaving home now. My journey starts about 4 hours to the flight. Listen, dreading the 24 hours on an aeroplane, but hey, listen, it's got to be done. My head says yes, I can do it. My body's got to cooperate. So I think physically as well, I think I've trained enough this time. So 3 full days on ground in Sydney, back in good time. That's how you do it. Okay, so Sydney, here I come. So there's been a development of my flight to Sydney tonight. Sadly, it's been cancelled because the aircraft developed some issues that could not be resolved. As after 2 attempts at taking off, the pilot has decided not to proceed with the flight. A bit disappointed, but of course, it's always better to err on the side of safety. So it's about nearly 12 midnight after being on this aircraft for nearly 3 hours. So obviously, I think the plan is obviously no, but maybe that I'll have to sleep in a hotel near the airport tonight and then be rebooked to another flight. Now it's going to be too tight to wait for the next Singapore flight taking off tomorrow evening. I think for me that's a no-no. So it's likely that I may have to take another route. I don't know, maybe Emirates, go via Dubai, or another airline. But hey, we'll wait and see. And so I'll probably do another video just to keep you updated. But at the moment, sadly, the flight has been cancelled. Hey, so far it's about 12:30 a.m. So I'm having to catch a bus to the hotel and wait for my rebooked flight. So just BA has booked me into this Radisson Blu Hotel near Heathrow. Sadly, our flight could not proceed today because of issues with the aircraft. Thankfully, I've been rebooked to fly Qatar Airways in the morning, so I'm happy about that. But that means that I would not arrive Sydney until quite late on Friday evening. So just having just over 1 day to acclimatize before the race on Sunday. Well, obviously out of my control. Still remaining positive, and yeah, we'll see how things go. So it's about 2 a.m. in the morning on the 28th. I've got a flight to catch at 9 a.m. Well, I'm a bit nervous, but I'll try and double set my alarm, and hopefully I'll wake up early to catch my flight. Okay, so do more posts. I've not been to Qatar before, so obviously it's a good opportunity to kind of like to experience Qatar for a few hours before jetting straight to Sydney tomorrow or later in the day. So yeah, it is what it is, but yeah, staying positive. So it's 5 a.m. now. I need to hit the road to catch my 9 a.m. flight from Heathrow. Okay, so keep you posted along the way. But trusted experience so far, but hey, staying positive, and let's see. My mind says I can do it. It doesn't matter the delay. We'll see how on the day. All right, so see you soon.
Hey guys, okay, so here I am in Doha. I must say it's been an interesting 24 hours. Obviously, having to be a flight cancelled yesterday, and then having to rebook. But I'm here now. I think I'm better off so far in Doha than in London, because obviously it's 14 hours flight time from Doha to Sydney. But very shortly I'll start boarding my flight to Sydney. It's an Airbus A380, so obviously quite looking forward to it. And I think obviously if you fly in an Airbus A380, I think you feel less, so it's more of a pleasant experience, flying experience as it were. So I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, it's been a long day, but obviously still staying focused. Obviously if I go back home as soon as I hit Sydney, or land Sydney in Sydney, sorry, and I think about 5 p.m. or so thereabout, and I think, geez, I'm gonna go straight to bed, try and sleep, rested, and then on Saturday collect my bib, and then just everything else, just take things as it go. Staying positive. At least I will have 2 nights of sleep before the race, and yeah, staying positive. Okay, keep you posted. Hey guys, so after 40 hours of travel, I finally arrived in Sydney. Tiring trip, but I think that actually traveling on the Airbus A380 made the journey more bearable. So hey, I think over the next couple of hours now, I'm going to focus on recovery, rest, and ready to go. Come on, Sydney, let's do this. I went to the expo, engaged with other marathon runners, had the opportunity to meet Awele Elumelu for the first time, and other inspiring runners as well. It was an interesting feeling, and I knew this is happening. I'm looking forward to coming to this point to finish the race. Brilliant, let's do it.